Happy holidays, and welcome to another countdown.
With all of the Christmas traditions you see in the movies this time of year, I think one that we've always come to appreciate has to be the snowman.
You've seen it in all kinds of movies, and it's for a reason. All you need is a top hat, some rocks, and a carrot, and you've got a new frozen friend. You also need snow, so if you're like me and you live in Miami where it hasn't snowed since 1977, it's not as easy.
Dude, trust me, when this is over, I'd be more than willing to switch places with you.
Michigan, if you're gonna be cold, at least snow, goddammit.
Snowmen are an interesting topic to work with in media, because depending on the source material, there's a lot of potential within these inanimate piles of frozen water.
In most instances, however, they're usually the victim of some sort of personification, and video games have allowed for a lot of creative ways to have them interact with the player, alive or not.
So think of it this way. Today, you'll be like the parents following your excited kids.
That's us.
As they rush outside to show you the snowmen they created after lots of hard work.
So grab your hot cocoa and be sure to get comfortable by the fireplace, because our present to you is our favorite snowmen in video games. Except, don't bring the snowmen by the fireplace. That'd be a catastrophe.
Super Mario 64 has all kinds of little characters that you need to do shit for to get those sweet power stars, and one of them happens to be a snowman.
Cool Mountain is one of the first areas of the game you have access to, and it's definitely an area with some of the more infamous stars in the game, to say the least.
Besides that annoying penguin who makes you vouch for her shitty parenting, the one that takes the cake is that snowman who is stupid enough to lose his own fucking head. He's a walking fucking metaphor.
You're not doing a very good job at selling him to the audience, Kyle.
Sorry.
Here, let me try. This frozen fellow gives the player a great sense of interactivity, because him hitting his mark at the end of the hill solely relies on you, rather than having a fixed route he goes on.
This interactivity isn't just limited to you either. When Mario interacts with the snowman, he's able to take damage because he truly feels the snowman's sorrow and desire to escape his bodiless world of misery.
Which is exactly what he does if you miss your previously mentioned mark, meaning that Mario will feel so bad he either has to kill himself out of shame, or go on a journey back up the mountain to redeem himself.
When his head does eventually get close enough to his body, the head will leap up into the air and the body will roll under it. I didn't know the snowman was psychic.
Or it's just budget animation from 1997. If he were psychic, he'd probably have a bit more control over the path his head takes down the hill. For the entire lifespan of the Animal Crossing series, there's always been a snowman character who you can summon during the wintertime.
Just one snowman was already awesome, but along with Animal Crossing New Leaf came a whole family of snow people. You have the snowman, snowmam, snowboy, and snowtyke.
And they all do different things. The snowman will play bingo with you like the badass mob boss he is, and the snowman will give you furniture from a special series if you give her snowflakes.
The snowboy will give you furniture from a different series if and only if you build him right. And he doesn't work like the snowman from the previous segment, so make sure you build him right.
And if you want to build a snowtyke, he better have a family to hang out with because he'll give you something in return. Either way, he's too young to be off on his own, so you should give him a family regardless.
Despite the small window of time they're available in game per year, there are plenty of options for how you spend your time with the snow family, which makes Christmas time even more special for your character in your town, even if the puns are a bit sloppy.
Hey, if they're not sloppy now, they will be in the springtime, am I right? So far, we've only talked about snowmen that you construct, which is principle, so that's to be expected. Chili from the Kirby series, however, is kind of the opposite.
While you have a justified reason to destroy him, that being he's trying to kill you, he still fits in with most Kirby enemies since he looks completely harmless. Kinda cute even.
After absorbing Chili, he gives you the Ice ability, which, while it's rather self-explanatory, is pretty fun to use. The standard part of this ability is, of course, his Ice Breath, which is incredibly useful for taking out smaller enemies.
In most of the newer games where the abilities have several moves attached to them, the Ice ability is able to give Kirby multi-directional freeze breath in the air, as well as the abilities from the Chill and Ice Skate power-ups.
Still, he's more than a mere power-up. In Kirby Superstar, Kirby has access to helpers that take the form of enemies. Chili is no exception. As you'd expect, he's basically just a permanent Ice Kirby that comes with all of the previously mentioned benefits.
With the multiplayer functions found in Kirby Superstar, you can get a mate to play as the helper instead of just a CPU, so your dreams of playing as Chili can be realized. If you saw my video on pumpkins and gaming, you would know I have a staunch appreciation for the pumpkin block in Minecraft.
Shameless promotion aside, one of the many things you can build in Minecraft is the snow golem. All you need is a pumpkin and a couple of snow blocks. While he's nothing like his older brother, he makes up for what he lacks in power with sheer utility.
The snow golem can't do damage, but before you lose interest, he is able to push people around by throwing snowballs, and if you've played enough Overwatch, you know how effective that can be.
Of course, since you're its creator, it will try to protect you from anything that could potentially be a threat. Potentially being the operative word.
In addition to hostile mobs, they will attack most neutral mobs, the only exceptions being polar bears, wolves, and llamas. This won't be a problem if the biome you take it to is too warm though, since it'll take gradual damage if that's the case.
For extra utility, you can use his tracks to farm snow. Wherever he goes, he'll leave some for you, and that snow is game for you to take for yourself. Just keep him in a secluded area because all the snow he leaves behind can get really annoying really quickly.
What we especially love about the snow golem is how, in a very weird way, it's kind of cute. Maybe it's the silence or the way it tries its best to protect you, but I just love building the snow golem. His older brother may do more damage, but I don't see any iron farms coming from him.
Fun fact, under the mask, the snow golem has an actual face. Where it came from, who knows? The life-sustaining properties of the Minecraft pumpkin block are just mysterious in that way. All of the snowmen we've talked about up until now have been the standard stack of snowballs that you've come to know and love. And as friendly and similar in structure as they are, there is of course a type of snowman that's a bit more abominable.
Wow, was that really the best you could come up with?
Abomasnow, everybody!
Although its typing is kinda bad for defensive purposes, the combination of boosted ice and grass type attacks makes this Pokemon something you shouldn't scoff at. A stab boosted ice shard from Abomasnow's Mega Evolution is not something to take lightly.
Before Mega Evolving, his stats don't shine in any particular area, but they're malleable enough that he's a jack of all trades. One that can't be predicted very easily in battle, mind you.
Introduced in Diamond and Pearl, likelihood is, the first Abomasnow you'll see is during a gym battle with Candace. In those two games specifically, it was her strongest Pokemon, and is still a noteworthy member of her team in Platinum.
The irony in this Abomasnow is, its move pool is more diverse in Platinum, which is more well known for having less type diversity than its predecessors. Translation, if you bring a fire type out for this thing, you'll be in for a pleasant surprise.
Just like the evergreen trees he's based on, Abomasnow is able to toughen out even the harshest of circumstances, and stay positive the entire way through.
And we really appreciate Abomasnow's basic inspiration. Combining elements from the pine trees, the common snowman, and the Yeti, there's a lot to Abomasnow's appearance. Special mention to how they made the abominable snowman not that ugly.
Needless to say, when I was 5, I would have liked the Mount Everest ride at Disney World a lot more if the Yeti was replaced with Abomasnow.
Regardless, Abomasnow is a great Pokemon, and the greatest snowman in gaming. Just don't get him near any fire. Thanks a lot for watching. If you'd like to check out my channel, simply click the link on the top right. Under that, you can watch my top 5 Skullgirls characters list. It's quite a good one. If you'd like to see more of Kyle's content, feel free to check out his other videos. Special mention going to his top 5 Super Mario Odyssey kingdoms. I'm Duplighost, and thanks a million for tuning in.